Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim, ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amen. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Master of the day of acquittal. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those whom thou hast bestowed favors, not those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray. Amen. Greetings, my brothers and sisters. My name and title is Imam Mahdi, and I am campaigning for the 2020 U.S. Presidential Holy War Struggle Soul Salvation Campaign, the 2020 presidential election. My campaign and the purpose of it is to transform the United States of America out of its false ideas and distractions into the righteous way of life, out of its evil way of practice into the righteous way of Allah law, Al-Quran, which is this, the Holy Quran, which AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency, AIPNA, is the political party that I represent. This political agency is the political agency that is the salvation for America. This political agency, AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency, exhausts all other political parties, whether they be Democrat, whether they be Republican, whether they be independent, whether they be Tea Party. It doesn't make a difference what political affiliation that is going on in America. AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency is the only political nation agency that has a solution for the United States of America. And we're going to start off with the abolishment of the 13th and the 14th Amendment, because it's forbidden by the Creator of the heavens and earth, whom identity is Allah, to oppress any people. And the United States of America has been oppressing the so-called black African Americans in the United States for over 400 years. As of this past summer of 2019. And the city of Charleston had rang the bell 4 times this past summer, 4 times to mark the century of each century that the blacks, so-called black American slaves, the descendants of slaves and who are still slaves in the United States of America, to recognize that they have been here over 400 years. What does the 14th Amendment, Section 4 says concerning these black slaves? The validity of the public debt of the United States authorized by law, including debt incurred for payment of pension and bounties for services in suppressing insurrection or rebellion, shall not be questioned. What is it that the United States says shall not be questioned? And Allah has revealed in the Quran, question those who say they have the truth. So we already know this Constitution is against God's law. What shall not be questioned? But neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred in aid or insurrection or rebellion against the United States, or any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave. But all such debt, obligation, and claim shall be held illegal and void. You know what emancipation means? Emancipation means to set free. And if emancipation means to set free, and the United States says any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave, but all such debts, obligation, and claims shall be held illegal and void. They said emancipation shall be held illegal and void. In other words, black man, the United States said they're not going to set you free. And our law says that there shall be no oppression. Fight oppression until there is no more oppression. This is the law of Allah. This is the obligation of every Muslim, not just the United States, but of the world, wherever oppression exists. So why the black man is not free? They said Abraham Lincoln freed them. Abraham Lincoln did not free you. The Emancipation Proclamation did not free you. It freed you from individual ownership. The United States took up your note as slaves, black man, black woman, and the oppressors. They said, white folks said, well, those was our fathers. We didn't do that. We didn't have nothing to do with that. No, you didn't have nothing to do with that. You didn't have anything to do with that. You worse than your fathers because you keep it going. You worse than George Washington. You worse than Abraham Lincoln. You worse than Bill Clinton. You worse than George Bush. Both of them. You worse than Barack Hussein Obama. A black man having slaves. You worse than the president today, Donald Trump. Because you can read. You understand this. And now the slaves can read. They understand this. If I had a dirty house, I don't have to tell somebody to clean up my house. I go in my house. If my furniture is knocked all around, paper on the floor, the bed is not made, I don't need nobody to come in my house and tell me how I should clean it up. My common sense, my wit will tell me, hey man, you need to straighten your bed up. You need to sweep your floor. You need to wash your dishes. And if my yard is dirty, and the grass is grown with trash in it, I know about that wreck my yard, cut my grass. I don't need nobody to come and tell me that. It's my house, it's my property. I know what's wrong with my property. I know how to put it back together. And this same principle apply to every level of behaviorism, every level of socialism. If the United States knows its house is dirty, I don't have to go to the Supreme Court and try to fight this, abolish that. That goes to show they don't have the mind to do what's right. They read this, Barack Hussein Obama was a constitutional lawyer. This is the United States Constitution. That savage house nigga couldn't even free his own wife, his own daughter. He said the constitutional law. But the sad thing about it, black folks, they count on you being an ignorant nigga. That's it. They say you're an ignorant nigga and you don't know no better. You don't read the Constitution. You don't even know what's in there. So that's why they call you a nigga. You don't even know that you're a slave. You run around this plantation because you got a car, job, and you pay your bills. You think you're free, nigga? And that's how they look at you, because that's what you are. You don't even know that you're a slave. You got billionaire slaves in this country, millionaire slaves in this country. And they call themselves successful. You're not successful until you get yourself free. So that's why AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency is so important. My presidency is the only one that can get you free. You're dealing with different types of people. You're dealing with the beastmen, mankind, human, and you're dealing with man. We are not alike. That's why people do what they do. You got to understand that, black man. You're dealing with a demon. And the sad thing about it, most black people are demons themselves. And they don't want to get free. Most black people don't even want to get free. That's the sad thing about it. They're content with slavery. When a person's content with oppression, he's in a worse state that a person will be in. Allah said you have those who are the best of creatures, and you have those who are the worst of creatures. Those who are disbelievers, keep people in the darkness, keep them niggardly, those are the worst of creatures. And I can think of some creatures, some bad creatures that's out there that you don't want to be like. I can start with a dog, a snake, and you worse than that because Allah, the creator of the heavens and earth, said you are the worst of creatures. And that's why they can treat you in kind of way. They can legalize drugs and marijuana, and you'll be happy about it just so you can get high. Just like they did alcohol, you happy about it just so you can get drunk. You're a drunken fool. You're an intoxicant fool. And the government is even sick and sicker because they allow oppression to continue and run rapid. But Allah designed it this way so that you can see who you are. So why do we do this? Why do we behave such in a manner that we are behaving as people? As I outlined, you got 4 types of people. The beast of mankind, human, and man. Why we act so irrational and others act rational? Why we act so spiritual and others act spiritual? You understand? So when you're dealing with this situation, I'm going to read something from the Quran. How some of them take on the spirit of Satan and others take on the spirit of Allah. And there's 2 parties. There's the party of the disbelievers, the Democrats, the Republicans, the Independents, the Tea Party, etc. And then there's Allah's party, the righteous party, as in the Islam Political Nation Agency. What do Allah say about the 2 parties? I'm going to read this in the Quran to you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is chapter 58. And I'm going to start off with verse 17 and I'm going to go to verse 22. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Of no avail against Allah will be to them their wealth or their children. They are the companions of the fire. Therein they will abide. On the day when Allah will raise them all up, they will swear to Him as they swear to you. And they think that they have some excuse. Now surely they are liars. The devil has gained the mastery over them. So he has made them forget the remembrance of Allah. They are the devil's party. Now surely the devil's party are the losers. Allah Akbar. Those who oppose Allah and His message and His messenger, they shall be among the most abased. Allah has written down, I shall certainly prevail, I and my messengers. Surely Allah is strong-minded. Thou wilt not find a people who believe in Allah and the latter day, loving those who oppose Allah and His messenger, even though they be their fathers, or their sons, or their brothers, or their kinfolk. These are they into whose heart He has impressed faith, and strengthened them with a spirit from Himself. And He will cause them to enter gardens wherein river flows, abiding therein. Allah is well pleased with them, and they are well pleased with Him. These are Allah's party. Now surely it is Allah's party who are the successful. Allah Akbar. So as I proceed and continue with my campaign. I'm not a politician who are looking for favors just to get elected. My political campaign is about being representative as Allah's party, the successful party. And whoever it offends, so be it. Because I know we are not alike. And this is the only way you will get your salvation. There is no other way. This is Allah's creation. Allah created the heavens and the earth in truth. And this is what I'm inviting you to. So, in conclusion, I invite you to support AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency. We are here for soul salvation. Your soul is the most valuable thing that you own. Your soul is the most valuable thing that you own. I don't care how many children you have, how much wealth you have, or what you think is right for your social group. I don't care where you've been in your life, what school you studied from. Nothing is more valuable to you than your soul. And when you die, that realization is there. So this is what this part is about. Not only being successful in this world life, but being successful in the hereafter. AJAAUCOAO Islam Political Nation Agency is the friend to the world. Because we invite you out of darkness and into light. All the rest, the Democratic, who held the black slave for 400 years, the Republican who held the slave for 400 years, in theory. I know the Whigs was there, and other parties came before some of these parties, but they still hold the same value, holding slaves. So, again, I'd like to thank you all for taking time to listen to this message. And remember, it's about freedom, fighting against oppression, and I look forward to your support. There are two types of people on the planet Earth. You have the disbelievers who opposes Allah's revelation. And this is the party and law that we shall live by. Al-Quran, not the United States Constitution. The United States Constitution violates God's law. It violates human behavior. Again, my name is Imam Mahdi, name and title, Allah Akbar.